Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we'll be talking about what is the cloud. So that's a question I get a lot, especially from people that I talk to and I say I work in the cloud. The first thing that they ask me is, what is the cloud? Even my own child asked me that. And I figured I would just record a video for everyone to know what the cloud is. So you're either here because you stumbled upon my video, or you watch my channel, or I sent you here because you asked me what the cloud is. So stay tuned and get ready to have your mind blown. All right, so when talking about the cloud, I think it is very important to understand how it used to work before the mystical cloud appeared. In the past, people used to have their own computer in their office. But let's say you have a game. Let's say you have, Fortnite, whatever. Let's take Fortnite as an example. Let's say you run Fortnite and you want to have all your computers in your location. Great. But now you expand and you want to have your computers closer to the users, because the message that comes from somebody in Japan to the United States, basically what happens is the user says, I'm connected, are you here? And then the computer responds, yes, I'm here. And the user says, I'm logged in. And the computer says, you're logged in. And so all this back and forth just adds a lot of time. So it would basically be like playing a video game like Fortnite, and you would shoot someone who already shot you, but you just don't know about it yet because there's like so much time between everything that's happening. But the way the cloud comes in with things like that is they have data centers. So let's say Microsoft, I don't know who they use, but let's say they use Microsoft data centers, and they have data centers all over the world, and they have extreme high-speed connections between all of these data centers. So that means that if, let's say, you're playing against somebody in the United States, what happens is this person says, I killed someone, whatever, I shot somebody. Then the company who has their servers also in Japan just sends immediately the data to the Japanese server, and the user in Japan gets it instantly, as opposed to having to go halfway across the world every time a message is sent. So if every company had to have their own computers in their offices, and now let's say Amazon wants to serve users in Europe, well, it's going to take a while before that message goes across the globe to the Amazon server in the United States. Basically, it will go halfway around the world to go to servers in the United States. Now, Amazon is a bad example, but any random tiny baby company who's just starting, like mine, I don't have the space to have a computer here in this apartment. I don't have the money to buy a computer here in this apartment. So where the cloud comes in is, now I could ask somebody like Amazon to give me a computer when I need it, and they will just give me access to the computer. I just say, I want a computer that has these specifications, and Amazon is like, well, this is gonna cost you X amount of money a second, and it will just be there. Now, let's say my company is successful and it becomes global, or slightly successful and becomes global, and more users from across the world want to get access to my services. Well, now if I want to have a computer running in Europe, I don't have to go and call a company in Europe and says, hey, do you have a computer for me? What I do is I say, Amazon, do you give me the same computer I have here, but give me that same computer in Europe, or in Africa, or in South America, or in Asia, wherever, and they will just give it to me. So I don't have to work on getting the machines all over the world. And that's where the cloud comes in, is you are able to get your services closer to the user, to the person who's using it, without actually having to buy the computers and the space to have the service closer to your user. So another thing that you hear about the cloud is when your data is in the cloud. And that's one great thing that these companies provide you with, is storage. I can have a huge amount of data in the cloud, and I don't have to spend the money to get the storage capacity. I can, in a few seconds, say I want 100 terabytes of storage available for me in the cloud, and just like that, it's available. In the old days of, not the old days, the regular days, if I want to put 100 terabytes on my computer, I have to go somewhere and I have to buy the hard drives and I have to buy the computer and I have to leave that computer on and all that thing. Now I can just get all my resources instantaneously, and that's what makes the cloud a magical and wonderful place. So one reason the cloud is great, and I touched on that previously, is that any company can now have access to the infrastructure of gigantic corporations, not their own infrastructure, but the same type of infrastructure, the same type of resources, without actually needing to buy that infrastructure. You just pay for it, you lease it for however long you need it for. So that's the great thing, and that's why there's a lot more technology-based startups, is because now these companies are able to access all those resources that were usually reserved to the most rich and established companies instantaneously from anywhere around the world, from their dorm rooms or their garage, without actually having to have the machines there. And they're also able to get those computers, those resources closer and closer to the user, so that when the user goes to Amazon.com, instead of going to halfway around the world to the west coast of the US, it goes straight to the closest computer that has that data, and all of that infrastructure, all this cloud, talks to each other seamlessly in the background, and it makes globalization and give companies a reach that was never possible before at very early stages. So that's what the cloud is. It's the globalization of computing resources. All right, so that's it for this video. I hope it helped you understand what the cloud is, what this mystical cloud is, what this magical place is. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with people who are wondering what the cloud is, if you think this is a good video. And if I missed things about what the cloud is, let me know in the comments, or if you think of anything else, let me know in the comments. Is there something you want to say?
The camera shot.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to record a video now. All people can hear is we want to talk about the cloud.
Back up.
Back up?
You're too close.
Too close?
Back
okay. Is it better?
Okay, that's better. Go.
Okay. Machines in the United States, in where are they? Seattle?
Mm.
Amazon is in... Where the is Amazon? Anyway, wherever Amazon is... How do I not know where Amazon is?
California, maybe? I don't know.
No, I think they're in Seattle.
Okay,
Okay, what?